Morning, my friends. Here we are this morning on the Breakfast Club. Darren Hancock here, getting started on another day, looking at Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. I'm on TradingView now, so we've got a slightly different look than we had before, so we're going to be you have to bear with me a little bit here, or you might have to come back in a couple of days when I've kind of figured this thing out. But I'm going to give this a try and see if I can get a better look at the markets from multiple charts. So bear with me. We'll try and get this thing happening, and we'll see what happens today. Let me just double check the usual this morning, make sure everybody's online. Put that there, and we want to make sure where's everybody gone here? Ah, yes. Let's get over to I'm going to move this wall here. This onto the screen so you can see what we got. And I'll have this over here. I think this is how this works. We're just going to try and create tabs at the top here that we can kind of click through and keep an eye on different markets here. Live. There we go. Make sure we are live. And we are. All right. All's good. I might just click back into some of this old stuff here if I haven't got my chart set up perfectly. There's going to be some learning levels going on here. All right, so this is NASDAQ, and we're looking at let's look at the daily here. So I'm looking for this order block to breaker here to lose strength. We've kind of hit up into it once here last week, or Monday, Tuesday today. We're driving into it again. So I like the idea of when it's got some sensitivity, it's just hard to hit off the wick or the body, then react off of that and come back down. So if we're looking for some strength, we're looking for this threshold to lose and then start driving for higher prices. Looking for the rejection block first, halfway through the wick, and then look for the fill of this fair value gap over on the side here. Hourly, we've got little pockets of little gaps in price action down here. 15-minute, we got a little pocket down here. And the 1 minute, 16, 14. All right. Let's add a few more tabs here. I'm going to do this again. Let's add some Euro USD. This is the part that's interesting. I have no idea which on the forex.com, FXC, Orlando maybe. Okay. We got Euro USD. Euro USD. Okay. I wonder if I can save this as oh, I can. Okay, good. 2562. Let's add some levels to this. Settings. Let's add a 4. Okay, I know what it's doing now. Let's do the quarters first. Quarters, get rid of that one. 25, 50. 75. Oops. 75. 25, 50, 75, and 1. Okay. And then we'll save that as a template. Template name quarters. Okay. I'll get rid of 25. We'll put in 62. We'll put in the 1. 75. 50. And we will get in. I'm just adjusting some settings and making some templates now. I think this is how you do it. We got 75. We have 70. 75. 79. And we'll do a And we'll call this okay. Oh, I like the way that happens on all the charts. Get the 0. Let's make one for charts. So we've got a euro right there. Let's make this a British pound, GBP, USD. Okay. This will be CAD. These are the ones like last one, and we will okay, so that's CAD, GBP, USD. Let's throw a couple of others in here. So in E-mini. 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 Oops. Many. So now I've got the NASDAQ. I have SMT. Okay. All right, let's try and get some analysis going on here. NASDAQ. Let's move these two around. NASDAQ. Still looking for this upside here. On the hourly, let's put a line in here. I like the way that appears on all the charts. So that's the threshold we're looking for to break today. 2.7. Yeah. Let's see if we get much of a reaction off of that. Or we're going to push through for a rejection block on that side. The Dow. Let's look at the 1 hour or 1 day. I'm looking for this up in here. Let me get find my boxes here. Call that the daily fair value gap. I'm going to put a little midline in there, and we're also going to say the borders, we're going to keep those light. I don't want them interfering with anything, and we're going to put extend to the right, and daily fair value gap. Up here, oh, it does. This is great. Love it. Okay, we've keyed off the rejection block there. We're into the wick halfway. We've already ran that little fair value gap out below price on the daily. If I open this up a bit more, you'll see. That's what we got above us. Oh, that's a good sign. There's a little tiny inversion fair value gap right here. Look at this guy right here. And we came back in and just clipped him. Nice little reacting off of it, so that's holding price. Now that we got above it, come back, find support. I'd like to see that continue now to the upside. Which is also that little 15-minute fair value gap down here. What settings can I give this? I want a blue crosshair watermark. But no. I'll find that later. $9.39. Wonder if this is going to hold price here, and that's what Dow Jones, NASDAQ. Let's look at, we got CAD, GBP, let's try Euro. I like this this breaker over here, providing support. Do we get some support here at this breaker? I'll keep that germane to that, and the borders extensions 50% puts us right on that. If we come back into 50% of that range, then that hits us right in the bottom of our breaker, and also puts us on that hourly fair value gap sitting right in here. I don't want to cloud the charts up too much, so we're looking at coming into that hourly breaker here. Let's go 4 hours. Okay. We're in the 1 minute inside that, still inside that hourly breaker here. 15 minute. I have to try and get my eyes set up for watching this completely differently. That's the 940, 952, so we've got another 8 minutes before markets open, or at 10 o'clock I should say. All right, GBP. This is the daily. Let's turn the magnet on. Got it. That's what I want. Daily, and we want text as daily fair value. Yeah. Oh, that's hourly. Sorry. Sorry, I'm still kind of learning this as I go here. That's hourly. hit 62% of this retracement. And we're looking for EuroCAD. That's the breaker. I think we'll have well, let's go with that one. Okay. No. I don't think I'm saving or sharing my screen yet. Stand by. There. All right, we got one more minute. Let's go to daily on all of these. That's fair value gap daily, hourly. Okay, so I need one for the daily now. Save as. I'll slowly figure this thing out here. Daily, fair value gap. And we want to change the colors and stuff to blue. On blue I can see better. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we've got the 8 o'clock. We're looking for a push up into here above these equal highs, into this gap. This gap hasn't finished filling here on S&P. Dow Jones has just come down and tagged that little fair value gap you see right here. We just got inside that fair value gap. We're also keying off of a little tiny inversion fair value gap here. We're looking for that to run back up into here and reach for higher prices as well. Now we're through the breaker threshold. I like more upside here, and this gap that's not closed here, equal highs. So we're looking for a run above these highs today and up into here on S&P. Nasdaq still looking for a run to that, at least that midpoint of that breaker there. See if we have any smoke. Good morning, Lauriston. How are you doing? As you can see, you might be a bit frustrated today. I'm switching over to trading views, so I'm trying to learn the charts as I go here, create templates as I go, and it'll be a bit fun trying to figure this stuff out as I go. But that's the dailies. Let's look at hourlies for each. Oh, 1 hour. It's easy if I just click on it. Go here, I think. There we go. Relative equal highs sitting right up here. I like those relative equal highs right there. And then on Dow Jones, we got a fair value gap just above us on the daily. I love the way this kind of pops out, and you can see it on multiple charts. So we still haven't run the highs out here either on Dow Jones. So I'm looking for those equal highs to get taken as well. We have this little fair value gap down in here. That was the inversion fair value gap you saw on the Dow Jones. So we have little pockets of liquidity. Below. That's the daily fair value gap up top. Did you see your prediction yesterday was quite perfect? You were aiming for the lower lows, and eventually you would have got it. On your, I think it was, what was it, S&P that we were on yesterday? You were trading short. And we're in that little bit of cluster stuff going on there just before lunch. And it ended up panning out all right. Then I had a nasty retrace, so I don't know if you saw that or not, but that was a pretty, had you not taken out a portion near the lows, yeah, NASDAQ 100, there was some lows going on there. And I think it was this big retracement back in here yesterday that, was this, 17th year, no, that's one of my own daily there. Hourly, let's go back to the hourly. I have to get used to totally different times now. Yeah, saw it. Closed my entire position before. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this, trying to get used to these times. I'm so used to everything being so completely different from my, on my charts. Oh, here's how we do it. New York time, right? That'll give me New York time. What does electronic trading hours look like? So potential to run back down into this area here for this gap before running back up. Okay. Hold high. Breaker. I guess the question is, do we run back up here first into this, clear these highs, or do we retrace back in here? So we're at 10 now. Let's get down to the 1 minute. NASDAQ. $9.52. Okay, so what we got? Let's look at this here. 4 hours. Coming into that 4-hour breaker already. Hitting off the body. Order block. I don't get how this says 1 minute, and yet I'm in, it says 9:55 here. Yeah, looking for the long. NASDAQ. Let's look for, sorry, I might venture back here now. GBP. Go back to the chart I know right now. So you're looking for a 15-minute here. I'm going to stick with what I know right now, and then we'll start fiddling around with TradingView more later. So we came back to 50% of this range here. Inside this breaker, here's the potential silver bullet here at 1712. If this stays open here, and this is NASDAQ. So if this stays open and you come back into here, this is a potential bullish run for old highs. And that threshold of that breaker above us that we were talking about earlier. Okay, right here. Boom. Stop loss will go down here. Okay. So let's see. Hourly. We're in that daily fair value gap off of the new week opening gap. That daily fair value gap we want to see fill. Come all the way back up to the top, take out this equal high here. You just took the same trade? Good. good. Let's see, start clearing this here now. It's got to be careful this doesn't turn on us here. Upside's our objective for the day, so that's what we're looking for. That's what we want to see. Break out of there. $15,336. Yeah, it's got a ways to go yet. Yeah, we got a 15,336. He says your take profit. Yeah, right at the top of that fair value gap on the daily. I see you. I see you, my friend. Haven't seen Kevin or Joey. They're all absent today. I feel kind of bad for Derek today. Lost his dog the other day. I feel that's like losing a family member. Dogs become such an important part of family. They're like little people, or cats. I think he lost his cat, and they're like total like family. So it's quite devastating when they leave. So I can understand why Derek's not in for today. So my thoughts go out to him, and I wish him and his family well. It's hard when you lose a pet, especially when they've been around for a lot of years and they got those little personalities that so unique to them that make you remember them so well. I just hope that he has many, many more memories to hold. That's what they're for. It's a treasure trove of memories you hold on to when you lose something or someone. It's those things that carry us. We're looking for the slow, steady grind up today. Looking good. We got somebody else with us today, Lauriston, but they're not speaking. Wherever you are, welcome. You are welcome anytime. So we're looking for the top part of this daily fair value gap in the US tech and the NASDAQ here right now. Again, looking at the daily, looking to take out these old highs here, get back into this midpoint. There's also a little tiny fair value gap there, which will either act as an inversion I like that idea as an upside objective. I'm going to put another little spot right in there, so we'll look at those as potential upsides. It looks like there's the high in this candle here is 34155, 34865. So this one, there's a little tiny piece of unfilled fair value gap sitting right there on the daily. Let me get this guy over here so you can see it. That guy there and that guy there. So we're just coming into the bottom of that inversion fair value gap now, so we're looking for this to kind of give up and just not even block us anymore. We're right near the rejection block there, so there's a potential place for us to take a piece of the position off. What have we got here? I want to see it run right through that. I'll move my stop loss to 0 stress. There's that daily. Is that gonna there we go. Good. I think we're going to have to put our objective for the day. I'm going to put mine up there. $14.3. 63. Let's see what that is there. Well, that's stress-free trade, so we're just going to kind of scroll back through the other ones I was talking about. This is the objective we wanted it to come down to. The Dow Jones, it hit it perfectly today. Give you a good opportunity with the spread to get in for a long into the fair value gap. So that's right off the top of that breaker's close. Beautiful entry. Fair value gap. This is what we're looking for. We called this for the last, since Friday. We wanted a small Monday, a Tuesday low, and then start pushing through. So we couldn't have nailed this any more clearly. This didn't give us our entry, but we did find an entry in here. We're looking for a key off of this area. Didn't quite get it. It's going nice and strong, so we're looking for a run above this old high here and finish off the rest of that fair value gap and just come back into this last up close candle right here. We're looking for, that's the tech daily NASDAQ gas. What's gas doing? I was so excited about gas for a while. So now gas is back down into that little price imbalance down here. There's this other small price imbalance down here. There's lower levels we said it could potentially reach for, so there's still potentially that. So we might come back and double tap this again. Or if we sweep these lows to take out short positions, our worst case scenario is back to these old highs here. I want to see this weekly hold. Daily oil we said would continue down, and it did. This was the key off of here yesterday, back to that weekly fair value gap. I think I mentioned this a few sessions ago that we're looking for lower prices. This is the draw on liquidity down here, and it seems to be drawing heavily on price. So we're getting back into the weekly and then the monthly fair value gaps for oil. So there's further downside draw. Look for a run below these lows, and there's a little bit of price action in here that we can reach for on this little BISI inside the fair value gap monthly. NASDAQ, New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar still has not filled that daily fair value gap. We came back down. We tagged the top of the weekly. So we'll see how this closes today. We've come back and filled that little fair value gap there. If we want this to kind of remain open now that we broke market structure here, and I want to see that stay open inside this weekly. I want to see it at least close above this and then start running up above these old highs, yesterday's high, and then start pushing up for these equal highs here. Finish the rest of this fair value gap off. So objective is to close above here for the day. Australian dollar, same kind of thing. We're back into the wow. This order block here, where we've dug down inside it. I kind of labeled that out a few days ago, and we're looking for it to run back into here, hold price. We've already come back, and we're just short of filling this in and reaching these old highs, which is acceptable. We want to see this one stay open and start pushing for new highs here. These relative equal highs all up here is where there's a draw on liquidity. We also have an inversion fair value gap over on this side here, so that could hold price. We want to see it blast through that if you want to go for higher prices and change, break in structure and break out of this consolidation, return to consolidation, and then start its little trek up. Daily, we're back inside that daily fair value gap on the Japanese yen. CAD came all the way back down into that inversion fair value gap here. Now we have a run below this low. This breaker here is a level of support, so I want to see, does this inversion fair value gap over here, that's a little guy right there, and price imbalance here, do they support price? We'll see where the body closes on the day. If you want to get bullish, I want to see this close above here. But we may have just a return into the second fair value gap here and then short this from here. Like you might see one of these kind of things happening. From here, you'll see zigzagging all the way down, obviously, but we're looking for a run down from there. I'm just going to put that as a little arrow there so you can kind of see the objective I'm looking for. Further downside. And then euro. Euro's come back into that daily inversion fair value gap. We filled it, hit it nicely here. We're rejecting off the bottom of it. You want to see it start climbing for upside now. And we're looking for a long here. So we're looking for this to kind of hold price. There's no real break in market structure yet, so I could certainly be caught offside here. US 500 gave a better rate return. The lower below the lows. The 500. Yeah, I'm just trying to see where you could have gotten in on that this morning. That's 1712 right there. There's the 1712 candle. It's not always the the 10 o'clock. It's not always the 10 o'clock first fair value gap you see. Ran a low into a fair value gap down here. Upside, that would have been a really nice run, yeah. 145 handles. Or is it 14 handles? No, it's 14 handles. 14 handles. The low below the entry didn't have the wick. Would have entered it 1017. Yeah. Oh, you would have got in here 17. Yeah, that guy right there. That's the 12. There's a 1617. Return into here. It's the same kind of thing we bought on this guy here. It's the same setup. This one right here. We bought in right there at 1717. So there's the setup is the same. That's the one we're looking for right here. So you probably would have got a better return, yeah. This is the same one. I think that's the same one. Is that the same one? Yeah. So same. We got in on the equal highs. Dow Jones is still pushing up nicely. Dow Jones would have given us the same kind of setup this morning at 1717. There's your 12 right there. Ooh, no, that would have been that would have taken us out. There's the 12. That would have been oh yeah, that was a sweep fill. 1717. Not as clean as the 500 and the tech for sure. would have entered at 17 before it's going to close. So we're in a stress-free trade situation now, up 600 there. Go stress-free today. You're in a stress-free trade. Have you moved your stop loss to break even, Lauriston? I don't want any break in market structure below anywhere here. First time I see a break in market structure, I'm out. Now, typically, you can find how you can kind of manage this is when you see your first fair value gap down break on the opposite side, after you see these kind of bullish runs up, they're just like steady runs up. The moment you see a down candle that breaks structure to the upside, like these are all going down, so the moment you see an up one coming in, you want to get out. Unless there was one down here. So I'm looking for either a break-in structure or a fair value gap forming on the opposite side if my objective isn't hit. Into the wick. Which I have as a new week opening gap way back here somewhere. Take a portion off right there. I don't want to break that. London already took Asian low, creating the low of the day. It's going to hit for sure. Nasdaq is the strongest of the Dow, ES, and Nasdaq, yeah. I gotta drop a line in there so I can take a piece of profit off right there. So NASDAQ has broken its highs here. Dow hasn't, S&P hasn't. It's looking to fill this fair value gap here, which is what we're aiming for. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. So these have yet to break their highs. Right here is these highs, the equal highs, and you can see on NASDAQ, we've already broken them to the upside, reaching for that fair value gap here, Phil. Definitely the stronger of the two pairs. We got in nicely on the silver bullet entry, not at the 17 or the 10 o'clock hour. We got just shortly after that. To support an upside objective. Where's our we're just going off of a new week opening gap that I have marked on my live chart that I don't have on here. We're just coming into the threshold of it now. That's what these things are bouncing off of. I already closed my position on my live trade right in here. If we take out these lows, I'm going to close that guy out too. I close my position out. For $2,000. Breaking, you see this little break here? That's why I'm out of there right now. If I see something that gets me back in, This was just came back right inside the new week opening gap. That was the midpoint, half. So we're at the bottom part, half, bottom. The top's right in you. We're just going over the top of it now. So that's a new week opening gap in here on my daily chart or on my live chart. It's gone now? What's that mean? London already took its Asian lows, creating the low of the day. It's gone now. Nasdaq is definitely the stronger of the three. Dow Jones and S&P are neck and neck, reaching for their old highs. S&P's just got a whole bunch of candy land up there. Dow Jones ran those out. That right there was the run out on that for Dow Jones, and for S&P 500 it failed. Well, it ran them out, but a very small amount. Liquidity, I mean, like it's gone now. Like it's going for the high, liquidity above. Yep, I agree. Actually, can stand up a little bit. We're looking for an objective. Well, if there's any other symbols I can put there. Arrow, check, stop, right price level. Mini consolidation on the 5 minute and the fair value gap below. It might take out the lows and head higher. Yeah. Right now we're kind of just holding on this order block threshold right here. So the bodies of the candles are respecting that order block threshold. So if we blow through that, look for a run back down into that 5-minute fair value gap below price. We're into the rejection block here. Just hit the bottom of it, or the top of the rejection block. Is it creating more equal lows here? We're going to go sideways for a bit. Where we get 9:30, 11:20 right now. It's before lunch. See this level get broken here. We're already between here and here right now. So I want to see this candle get broken. So we're still between those two. We lose that. Looking for a run into here. Threshold. Now here to here. It's slowly compressing. We've got to get out between these two candles now. Body. Reach through that and through this. Validate a new order block. Open on the high of it. Get through this window. Threshold. Still dipping that back down into here. Here, here, equal highs. I try to interpret it, even in consolidations like this, like what's a logical area that it's reaching for inside these overlapping order blocks. What little arrays are they reaching for? Which ones are they stuck between? Which little range are we in here? So I still like this candle. I want to see this candle get lost. Broken, and then this candle on the upside. Right now we're in this. Those two. Here's the mini range, here to here still. Extend out beyond here. $31.19.40. Same, equal highs. Okay, now it's created this order block. That one still. If this is going to be stronger, I want to see this hold. This one hold. Open on the body, or open just above it, come down, tag the body, open, start pushing up through here and here. Still inside that big range there. I want to see that threshold lose and that threshold lose to continue up. Fill that fell valley gap perfectly. Reach for a high. They're really small, but you can see each PD array they reach for. Back inside a little tiny inversion, find support off of it, or at the premium portion, do we drive back down, clean out this liquidity, and then run back up? Or is this just looking for a continuation on strength to the upside? So we're just looking at each PD array to continue strength up. If not, we're in the premium side of this little range here for a drop back down and clean out liquidity below the market here. Still not losing that threshold yet. Threshold. See how bodies respect that? Rejection. Smaller and smaller PD arrays. Blow through this now. You want this to continue on the upside. I've created a new order block here. You want to lose this guy, that guy, that guy. Take out the highs and continue up. There you go. Cleaned out the highs. Just barely took that out. So now we're in a real premium, come back for discount, or we're going to continue pushing through for higher prices. I want to see this breakout above here, create a small little fair value gap here, find some support at these equal highs, continue pushing up. I'm back in live down here. There's the fair value gap. Come back, tag it. High or equal highs. Let's go long here. Put our stop loss down in here. We're going to aim for that objective right there. We could still come back and take these out, but I want to see that stay open now. Tag the equal highs. Did you have your stop loss sitting below the lows, Huddleston? Yeah, I like this. Each one of these PD arrays looked like they were gently, slowly providing price. We're looking for PD arrays above and below, so I still like this, but if we have a quick snap down, that'll be it for the day for me. I'll be out. And I'll be out of my live as well. So we're just looking for that last little pop up there. If we get the support that we're looking for. Yep, and it's still, yeah, I got long on my live account right here, right off those equal highs there. The lows created there, I'm going to enter a long position if it takes it. Oh, you added another one? You added another one here? That's too bad Kevin wasn't here this morning. We could have had you could have had a nice little entry off of that low right at 17.12. That would have been a nice little silver bullet entry for him. He needs some sleep. That guy works like major hours, keeping everybody safe in New Jersey. You're saying if it takes this low, you'll get in right here. Yeah, I want to see that stay open now. We've got above this order block created as a new order block here, so I like to see this act as a propulsion candle now. but you may get your entry by the looks of it. See this where this candle closes here. How much time we got left for that candle to close? 3 seconds. Good. I want to see the bodies, see how the bodies are respecting the top. I want to see that hold now. Start pushing up. Come back and tag it again, that's fine. Hold high. That might be somewhere around here by the time we reach that. I want to see a big body get above this candle here. We're so close to getting the fill on that right now. Boy, she's been a little tiny candles now. We're coming up for lunchtime. So this lunchtime we take out these lows now. You may get your entry now. I took my live trade off there. Too much waffling for me. So now it just ran that low. Nope, not quite. That was 24.40. And that low is 24.15. So a little lower than that. There, you're in there now. I think these lows are going to get taken out for lunch. And then the continuation to the upside after lunch. I'm going to close that one out now because we're just going to get taken out. Oops. Let's close the trade. I look for this low now. If you've got your stop loss sitting down here and you've just got another long you put in here, Lauriston, be careful of that 5-minute fair value gap being retapped during the lunch hour. I'm done. I made some money on the live trade today. That's good. Got some money on this one today. That trade didn't pan out the way I wanted it to, so too much waffling here. Didn't enter because of the gap created. Going to enter only if the bullish candle goes above the previous bearish candle. Like above here, you mean? Yeah, we're already through a body through that inversion fair value gap now. That's great. That's now acting as an inversion right there. Or through it with a body. So I'm glad I got out when I did. Now we're going to run the bottoms. We're heading into that 5-minute one. Ooh, right through the 5-minute. That's why I don't like waffling. Now I ran these lows. What are we looking for on the hourly? Right back to the daily fair value gap open. Look for price to bounce off of that. Keeps magnetizing there. Now we're into that 15-minute fair value gap. We just ran that. Just popped into it. Now do we come all the way back down to the daily fair value gap open? That would be a good opportunity to get long there. If it came back and just tagged that and then continued through for a run above. We're into the 75%. If we pull our fib tool from here to here, you'll see what we're actually working. $75% right there. So we're at 75% of that fair value gap. We're coming back down below the 50. Working that, we can work that 25% in here for the lunch hour, then run back up and take out that high that was created just before lunch. I'll be right back. All right. What do you got here on the 1 minute now? So I have break in structure to the downside. Return to a breaker. Continuation down. Are you, did that take your stop loss out there now, Lauriston? Look for these candles right here. It's your breaker. Apparent breaker of that run up. That'll be it for me for the day. If this is just a run below here, wait to see this breaker give way, fair value gap give way, find some support above that and reach for that higher objective that we were looking for earlier. We want it to sit right on top of that. Let's do a quick review before I leave. I'm still underwater with that. Euro has come down into that daily fair value gap. Hit it nicely right on the very bottom of it. Fill the fair value gap. Now we're getting a nice reaction off of it. Now we're expecting either Tuesday low and then the Wednesday, Thursday start to push up for higher prices, run above these equal highs. So CAD staying inside that breaker, which was perfect. We got a really good order off of that. So we're looking for, oh, I said that would go down. Why have I got a little down arrow there? Why did I have a down arrow there? This breaker makes sense to hold for a return back to this. If we lose this is why I was thinking, okay, so we're through that, that's good. So you're looking for this breaker right here, last up close candle. So you're looking for a return to that or the midpoint of this fair value gap. If you want that to stay open to go short, I like the order block. So look for a return to that little price imbalance over here. Again, Japanese yens hit the top of the daily fair value gap, which is right there actually. So we're kind of sitting inside that one right now. Australian dollar has come all the way back down inside this breaker. Is that going to provide support? So kind of fill the fair value gap here, hold equal highs. That's a place to key off of the go long. Look for this inversion to become an inversion fair value gap now if it provides support. I want to see this breaker hold price now, close above here. Again, we still want the New Zealand dollar to close above the weekly. As we suspected, oil is still running for the lows. Still looking for here. Should have taken these trades. The oil pays really, really well for shorts and longs. We've been calling oil bang on here. So there's a trade there for short. That whole day today would have been just straight profits. We're heading for these lows here. And again, the monthly fair value gap below. or into the threshold of this order block here. That would be the propulsion candle I'm looking for on the weekly to continue up to the upside. So we've come down into order block here, open. Threshold will still put you at this price and bounce on the daily. Consolidation. You want to see that provide some support. Got this consolidation now and continue back up. If we're still reaching for the daily objective, which is the upside here, which I think we are. We're at a 43.76. Equal highs here. I like that. I'm going to put that down there. Look for price to come back to here. A fill. No, that wouldn't be quite a fill, but threshold would be a fill. Right now I like the equal highs. Have this remain open and then continue up. So 5-minute chart. Look for a push down into here. That came up, filled it, dropping down below the breaker. What downside have you got here on the hourly? Let me just see here. Yeah. Daily, look for that daily. Fair value gap low. See if that supports price. Yeah, I like down. Looking for a long opportunity on NASDAQ, you say, hey. Yeah, I would say this might actually be here. Look for this to sweep the highs. That price swing, it's one standard deviation is here. 2 to here. 3 and then 4. Not that I'm looking for 4 standard deviation return. But a one will fill you in here and put you right back to the, I think that's the daily, yeah. 1 standard deviation puts you right here on the daily. So that's where my eye goes down there. I'll just sit here for a few minutes. I wouldn't mind seeing if this kind of pans out. If this goes below the current low, I'll close my entire position and we'll finish for the day. If it goes below the current low. Was that one? Or this one? Yeah, I see that coming down into here. A little lower. I think that just popped below your low there. It's about to anyway. There you go. The low that was swept. Still have a choice to go higher. This candle closes bullish above the previous two. I'll go long. That's our 15-minute one here. Let's take this and do the 15-minute one. Right off the 50% of the 15-minute candle. I wonder if this is going to provide some support here on the 15-minute. We hit right into the 50% of that. If we come back and tag the top of it, I might get long there. Short will, or stop loss will go really tight. I've cut my leverage way in half here. If it takes off, that's fine. You're long now? Okay, good. I'm just waiting for one little pop down onto here, then I'll go long. And maybe picky enough not to get it. Maybe come back to the body of the candle there. I'm concerned about 3 drives down here. Yeah, really no break in structure. I'm going to do a paper trade there. Just because I want to protect my, yeah, right there. Right off of that. Paper trade from a dot right there. One lot. Stop loss here. I have no break in structure and I have no real support other than that 15-minute. I should have waited. Well, that would have been precision entry right there, but I'm still not convinced that we don't have one more drive down in here, so I've got nothing to really play off of here other than an order block and an old 15-minute fair value gap high. Yeah, we did hit the 50%. We closed on the high, opened on the high, so it's a nice little potential run, and it'd be a pretty small stop loss anyway. But I'm gambling there on that because I have nothing other than good support. This could be, I want 3 drives down into here yet. So I'm gonna wait and see. I definitely think that high should be taken out for today though. Down here on the 1 minute, 15,280, there's a little fair value gap down in here too you gotta be careful of. There's a little guy right here. There's a guy right there. It hasn't been filled yet. This little dude right here. Oh, it's been filled right there, yeah. That's the guy there. Then there's one little tiny one here, something here. Hold highs, yeah. Well, you may get it yet, Huddleston. I think we got some consolidation here, right? So, I put my standard deviation, 1 standard deviation down here. So we'll see how that works. There you go. Ooh, 1 standard deviation. Three drives. So there's your 1 standard deviation from the price leg that swept the highs before breaking down. Now you might get something. That big sweep down. I don't know where your stop loss was, but that paper trade would have been done. So I'm going to delete that. Should have seen this. Shitballs. Consolidation. Break through the consolidation. Back to 50% of the consolidation. Short right there. Jeepers, why didn't I see that? That was so freaking obvious. I was too busy thinking about short married. That's what happens when I marry my long. I was looking for this long. My brain wasn't set up for looking for something else. Got to stay frosty when this changes. Breaking structure to the downside. Fair value gap. Breakers. Fair value gap. Fill 50% of the consolidation. Hit it. Leave. 3 drives down. Not that that's a 3 drive pattern, but at least I can see 3 consecutive lows. Swept these old lows back here. 1 standard deviation. Now you stopped out. Okay. Yeah, that's it for me for the day as well. I'm out, kind of just looking for. We'll see how that day ends up. I still think we might end up taking out the high before lunch, 11 o'clock's high there, before we close out the day, but I'm not sure yet. We still could have, this could be just a 4 standard deviations from that little run up here. Look for 4 would put you way down here, running these old lows out. That's 1. 2 puts you back to the old highs here. Oh no, it doesn't. 4, where does 4 put you? Not a hell of a lot of, nothing special there. Yeah, so looking like more downside for this, for the short term here. That'll be it for me for the day. Could be a good short if an intermediate term high forms. Yeah. I think if we lose this fair value gap on the upside, that's the return to continuation on the upward run. Don't know right now. But anyway, that's it for me for the day. Thanks for popping in, Lauriston. It's good to have somebody sticking around. And I will see you again tomorrow if you're still around. And we'll see if we can do some more find some more trades. With that, I am done for the day. Thanks very much for tuning in to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock. I'm your host. Thanks for coming by today, and share the love, share the wealth. Be kind to each other out there. It's a short life. Trust me, paramedic, firefighter, life is really short, and it can turn on a dime. Love the people you're with. Love them with all your heart. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and